I travel to Bali to stay in a private cliffside villa overlooking the ocean. I buy a charming cottage in the English countryside as a creative retreat. I take a train journey on the Orient Express from Paris to Istanbul. I invest in solar panels to make my home fully energy independent. I stay for a week in an overwater bungalow in Bora Bora. I enjoy a gourmet dining experience at a Michelin-starred restaurant in Tokyo. I purchase a grand piano to fill my home with music. I visit the pyramids of Giza and take a guided tour through ancient history. I donate to a clean water project that brings wells to rural villages. I take a hot air balloon ride over Cappadocia at sunrise. I explore the Amazon rainforest with a knowledgeable local guide. I fund a community garden in my neighborhood. I spend a month living in Florence while studying Renaissance art. I fly to New Zealand to hike the Milford Track. I renovate my living room into a warm, inviting space with handmade furniture. I book a luxury sleeper cabin on a cross-country train across Canada. I sail through the Greek islands on a small private charter. I adopt a rescue dog and provide it with a joyful, loving home. I take my parents on a dream vacation to Hawaii. I enjoy a spa retreat in the Swiss Alps. I create a scholarship fund for women entering STEM fields. I hire a chef for a week to learn gourmet cooking at home. I spend a weekend watching the Northern Lights in Iceland. I visit the Serengeti for a wildlife safari experience. I invest in a rental property to build long-term financial stability. I attend the Cherry Blossom Festival in Kyoto. I visit the Louvre to see world-renowned works of art. I fund a music program that supports underprivileged youth. I buy a quality electric bike for eco-friendly commuting. I hold a family celebration on a Caribbean island. I cruise along the Norwegian fjords to admire dramatic landscapes. I explore the markets of Marrakesh and bring home handmade decor. I create a cozy home library with floor-to-ceiling bookshelves. I take a photography expedition through the deserts of Namibia. I enjoy a peaceful retreat at a monastery in Nepal. I host a holiday dinner that brings friends and family together. I take lessons to become fluent in Spanish while living in Madrid. I visit the Great Barrier Reef to support conservation tourism. I donate warm coats to families in need during winter. I try a food tasting tour through the street markets of Thailand. I visit the temples of Angkor Wat at sunrise. I book a private stargazing experience in the Atacama Desert. I support an animal rehabilitation center in South Africa. I enjoy a weekend getaway in a luxury treehouse in Costa Rica. I invest in high-quality cookware for joyful home meals. I take a wine-tasting tour across the vineyards of France. I spend a quiet week in a cabin in the Rocky Mountains. I take a guided walk on the Great Wall of China. I create a studio filled with art supplies for painting and creativity. I volunteer at a food bank and donate resources for expansion. I attend a cultural festival in India filled with color and music. I take my best friend on a surprise vacation to the Maldives. I fund reforestation efforts to help restore natural habitats. I stay in a traditional ryokan in Japan with natural hot springs. I visit the Galapagos Islands to learn about unique wildlife. I upgrade my workspace with ergonomic, beautiful furnishings. I take sailing lessons on the coast of California. I purchase a handcrafted dining table made by local artisans. I visit Petra in Jordan and explore ancient rock-carved structures. I enjoy a peaceful writing retreat in a cabin in Finland. I sponsor a classroom with supplies and learning materials. I journey through Ireland's countryside on a self-drive trip. I take a cooking class in Tuscany to master authentic Italian dishes. I explore the castles of Scotland on a guided tour. I donate books to libraries in underserved communities. I spend a long weekend exploring the vibrant streets of Seoul. I take a guided kayak trip through the fjords of Patagonia. I create a lush garden filled with flowers, herbs, and winding pathways. I visit the Sahara Desert and sleep under a sky full of stars. I explore the ruins of Machu Picchu with a historian. I enjoy a gourmet chocolate tour in Belgium. I take my partner on a romantic gondola ride in Venice. I support a wildlife sanctuary that protects endangered species. I purchase a beautifully crafted acoustic guitar. I enjoy a peaceful villa stay overlooking vineyards in Portugal. I tour the modern architecture of Dubai. I take a ceramics workshop in a small village in Mexico. I stay in a quiet farmhouse in Provence with lavender fields nearby. I adopt 2 cats and give them a safe, loving home. I enjoy a sunset dinner cruise on the Danube River. I stay at an eco-friendly lodge in the jungles of Borneo. I take a guided hike through Yosemite National Park. I invest in a high-quality mattress for restorative sleep. I visit the ancient temples of Bali with a private local guide. I enjoy a concert at the Sydney Opera House. I help fund a local animal clinic to provide low-cost care. I take a scenic helicopter tour over the Grand Canyon. I spend time exploring the markets and canals of Amsterdam. I support a literacy program for children around the world. I stay in a boutique hotel in Buenos Aires and explore tango culture. I visit the salt flats of Bolivia for a surreal landscape experience. I buy a handmade quilt from a local artisan to warm my home. I take a peaceful gondola ride through the mountains of Switzerland. I attend a traditional tea ceremony in Taiwan. I explore hidden temples and beaches in Sri Lanka. I sponsor a rewilding project to help restore natural ecosystems. I celebrate with loved ones at a rooftop restaurant overlooking New York City. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.